Hello, my name is Hector Garcia, and I'm here to talk about the homeless people in our society and many reasons why they're here, who they are, what they are, and what they do for lack of money. And there's many homeless people in our countries, and as well as the United States and in foreign countries, such as men, women, also children. And they do many things for money. I mean, some kids are actually out there selling selling goods to try to make money for their family, and as well as prostitution for the women. There's many women that are homeless that do do things that prostitutes would do for money. And who they are is just like I said, it's men, women, and children. It's many people, and they're out there trying to live just like anybody else, except they're less fortunate and they don't have as many things as some people that are fortunate do. They're where they are, like I said before, they're in the United States, they're in all the states, they're in foreign countries, they're everywhere, and they try to do what they need to do for money. Some of them even have families. They're homeless and they have families, and they try to do their best. Some are vets. They were in the army or they served their country in some way, shape, or form. And the reason they're homeless is because sometimes the government forgets about them and they just totally, forget who they are and what they did for their country. So they have to stand in the street asking for money. But there's some homeless shelters too. There's some homeless people that go into shelters and try to better themselves. But a lot of people don't want to give them any money, any jobs, and they have to accept living on the streets. And like I explained, why they are homeless is because either they were in the army and or served their country in some way, or some were just born into that life, or some became alcoholics, drug addicts, and they live on the streets and ask for money, beg for money to feed their habit. And a lot of people do that. But with this economy, I mean, it's hard for anybody to get a job nowadays, even at a restaurant. So they're not helping the homeless people in any way. And that's why this economy is so bad. The job marketing is terrible because either people are quitting because of lack of money or lack of hours. Some people are getting laid off because there's not enough business. And that's another reason if they're getting laid off, and then it's hard enough already to find a job here in the United States. Some people actually they have to live on the street. They become homeless because if they lose their job, their house, and everything that they ever worked for, they lose that, so they have no choice but to turn to the streets. And I explained what they endure for money and resources. They ask their government for help. The government doesn't want to help sometimes, so they have to beg for money. And some of them, like I said, have families, and they have to do what they have to do to feed their families. And I think this problem could be solved if people actually took the time to care about who they are and what their situation is. And some of them actually sometimes somebody some of them just need for them to they need somebody to talk to.